All right, we are live. What's happening, everyone? Bashar Katou here. Welcome to this live stream. Today is December the 27th. If you are new to my channel, so I am live on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So if you are new here, welcome. Drop your name in the comment sections. I really want to know everyone that is watching me right now. I really want to know kind of who's on and where you're from. I know that on Instagram especially, we've gained a whole bunch of followers in the last, few days. So let us know where you're from, right? What city, what state? If you are inside of the United States, tell us what state you're in. If you are outside of the United States, let us know what country you're in. What city even? We would love to know kind of where everyone else is from. So in today's live stream, I want to talk about top ranking strategies for Amazon FBA. That's number one. Number two, I also want to take your questions. So if you have any questions, please start dropping them in the comment section, in the chat box, whatever that it is. If you see me looking here, that's Facebook, looking here, YouTube, looking here, Instagram. Okay, so don't think I'm ignoring you or anything. Now, before I want to go into kind of talking about what I want to talk about today, I want to introduce myself for those of you that are completely new to the channel that don't know who Bashar Katou is. So my name is Bashar Katou, obviously. Currently, I reside in San Diego, California, and I've lived in San Diego for about 13 years now. I moved here back in 2007 after we migrated into the country, into the United States in 2006, because we fled the war in Iraq, 2003. Have lived in the U.S. for about 14 years altogether. I was 16 years old when I migrated, and we simply lost everything back home in Iraq. I was kidnapped 2 times at gunpoint and for ransoms because my father was very wealthy in Iraq. However, when we fled Iraq, we simply lost everything. We lost our home, we lost our money, we lost everything. We lived in refugee camps for probably about, I don't know, maybe like 3-4 months, and then we made it into the United States on 06. Crazy day, right? So anyways, my kind of upbringings, I was very, I had a crazy trauma, right? I mean, just imagine being kidnapped at 12, 13 years old at gunpoint. So coming to the U.S., it was completely different for me. It was just a different experience. It was something that I had never experienced before, just a different world, different everything, right? So I simply started really not giving a shit and just kind of started like partying and all that. And at 20 years old, we bought our first restaurant, our first business in the US. That was back in 2010, 2011. So that was about 4 or 5 years after we had come to the US. And then after that, what happened, that place was actually successful. We did very well. It was the family. It was everyone together. It was my parents. Me and my brother were working 7 days a week. We did very well, right? But then I got to my head that, you know what, I am this successful human being and that everything that I do is going to succeed. So I went and I bought my own business, invested hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I had no business in opening that place. I didn't know what I was doing. I simply I had no experience. I had no knowledge. I didn't have guidance. I didn't have a blueprint. A year into it, things just started going south. Checks began bouncing. Just things started really happening. And that's when I realized that, you know what, I am in trouble. I have done a lot of things that I shouldn't be doing. I've spent money in places where I shouldn't because I didn't know any better, right? And I'll tell you guys why I'm telling this story, because it relates a lot to like beginner Amazon sellers today, or really anyone starting or wanting to start a business, whether if it's online, offline, whatever it is. I see the same thing that I went through in people, and that's why I do what I do. That's why I do these lives. That's why I do my posts. That's why I teach. That's why I do this stuff, because I don't want people to go through the same stuff I went through. It is said that a smart man will learn from others people from their mistakes, right? But a wise man will learn from other people's mistakes. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the thing that you want to really go into is like, look at other people that have already gone through trial and error, already kind of, excuse my language, ate shit, and then learn from them, right? That's why I always say invest in yourself. Like I see people, especially now during the pandemic, going crazy about stocks and real estate and this and that. But it's like, when was the last time you ever invested in yourself? When was the last time you spent an hour reading a book? When was the last time you bought a course? When was the last time you watched a YouTube video about Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or these guys that have, accomplished massive success, right? If you haven't done that, if you don't do that regularly, you've got no business investing in a stock that you know nothing about. You've got no business investing in Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is at $24,000. Sure, I could have probably made millions of dollars, but I know nothing about it, right? And I remember last time I did that, invested in something I knew nothing about, got me in trouble, right? So one day, 5 p.m. Pacific, April 28th, 2015, 5 p.m., I get a call. Hey, boss, it's John the bartender. The kitchen is on fire. How bad is it? Put it out. No, boss. We're all outside. The fire department is here. By the time I got back, if you've watched my stuff, you've probably seen pictures of the burnt restaurant, and the place was torn apart. Now, many of you guys are like, well, that's not bad, Bashar. I mean, the business wasn't doing good. It got burned down. Hey, man, collect from insurance. Well, the problem is 3 months prior to that, I had my insurance policy had stopped because it was a yearly policy. And then, we had kind of, it was like in between policies or whatever. And then I did not pay to renew it because I was like, it's a restaurant. You need like this $2 million, $3 million, whatever thing. And it cost me like $750 per month to run this thing. So I'm like, you know what, instead, what I would rather do is I would rather take that money and put it back into the business. What's the worst going to happen? Well, the worst did happen. Because I had no insurance, I was automatically in default of my contract. So my landlord kicked me out. I had a 10-year lease. I was only like 1 or 2 years in. So he sued me for the remaining of the lease. Plus, I owed a whole bunch of money to the IRS. I owed vendors. I owed a boatload of people a whole bunch of money. So I came out of it. We had invested nearly $300,000 or $400,000 into the place. We bought it for $200,000. We invested money in remodeling it and trying to do it, and then was losing every month $3,000-4,000. So that, and then I came out of it with about another $150,000. So all in all, I probably lost about $500,000 in that business. Now, every time I go back and say what was wrong, what went wrong there, I always come back to the same thing. And that one thing is that I did not know what I was doing. I had no business opening and starting that business because I did not know what I was doing. I started the business with no knowledge, no experience, and I had a big ego, huge ego. I mean, huge, right? If someone came and told me, hey, man, don't do this, do this, right? You're not doing this. Take this item off your menu. I tried to grow very big too fast. And that's the other issue that I see with a lot of people nowadays is they try to do so many things all at once. But you need to focus. And that's one thing my dad told me when he said, like I always asked him, Dad, how did you succeed in your business? He said, focus. He said, people threw at me opportunities left and right, but I was able to expand my companies because I focused on one thing. And that's the issue with a lot of people nowadays is that they see this guy shouting this thing and this guy with a Lamborghini and that guy with a mansion and this guy with this thing. And it's like this, what is it called? Flashy object syndrome. You see in it, you're just like in this guy's timeline and that guy's email list and this guy's webinar and that guy's thing and this guy's thing. And then you're just kind of all over the place, right? And you don't know exactly where to go, what to do, what to start. And that's the problem with a lot of people and why they fail. And that was the same problem with me because I wanted to do a million different things. But what I needed to do is I needed to focus. And before I even could do that, I needed a blueprint to follow. I had never ran a restaurant at that level, right? At that magnitude. I needed someone, a partner or someone to teach me or a consultant or something. But I simply did not ask for help, did not seek help, thought I knew it all, and I ate shit. Okay? So that's my basic story. If you guys have any questions about what I've said so far, please drop your comments below. Now, since then, since 2015 until now, I've been selling on Amazon. I still remember one day I woke up, I sat in front of my computer and I said, you're supposed to make me money, show me how, right? And that's when I started researching, just like you, started finding these guys and this guy talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and Forex and e-commerce and stuff like that. And I had never done anything online ever. I had always simply been offline, retail, right? So this was a completely new world for me. I was mind-boggled. I was excited. I was nervous. I was scared. It was just all this stuff bottled together, right? And I just didn't know where to go from there. So one thing about Amazon FBA just shouted at me and said, this is the right thing. This is where you need to be. And I loved it. And I've been in love with it ever since. Now, you see, some of you guys ask, well, why Amazon, right? Well, why selling on Amazon? Why not Shopify? Why not dropshipping? Why not Forex? Why not this? Why not that? So here's the thing. For me, for instance, if I needed to serve, let's say this is a vodka orange juice, right? I think it's called Screwdriver or something. If I need to sell this thing to a customer in my business, in my restaurant, right? Let's say I'm serving them vodka orange juice. By the way, this is just orange juice. I'm not drinking vodka at 10:30 a.m., okay? This is just orange juice, all right? So why I chose Amazon FBA? For me to serve this to my customer in my restaurant, I needed to go buy the orange juice, buy the vodka, probably to different places. I personally needed to buy that stuff. A bartender needed to mix these two drinks. And then probably if they're not sitting at the bar, they're probably sitting at a table. So a server needs to take the drink and then walk it to them, serve it to them, right? After, someone needs to clean after them. Maybe a busboy. Let's say if we're busy, we probably had a busboy cleaning after them, right? So now you've got me involved, a bartender, a server, and potentially a busboy, right? And then someone's going to have to clean the restaurant at night and close it and open it. So potentially another person, let's just say 4 people. 4 people need to be involved in order to serve one damn drink to a customer. This drink could sell between $5 to $10. Let's say you're in a fancy restaurant, you can sell it for $15, right? Anywhere in the US, okay, the federal government is trying to increase minimum wage to $15 an hour, right? Right now we are in San Diego, California, it's $11. Next month I'm going to Florida, I think it's like $10 or something like that. So just imagine, let's say it takes a customer about an hour to drink this and maybe another appetizer. Maybe their check comes back to be $20. You had to pay 4 people, even if it's $10 an hour, that's $40 an hour to collect $20. Now, yes, they're not only serving this person, they're serving that person and that person, but you get my point. Plus you have the actual physical place, plus you have electricity, plus you have all this stuff. When I realized that I can buy this pen from a manufacturer, slap my logo on it, if you guys could see, this says BJK on it. I don't know if you guys could see it or not. This says BJK on it. This is a Tiffany's pen, right? It's a very known company. They do like luxurious jewelry, stuff like that. I'm not into jewelry. I wear a $200 Michael Kors watch. You guys don't see any Lambos flashing. I don't see any of that. I live in a very nice place, but that's it. I don't have any expenses. I don't like materialistic stuff. This pen has made me at least $1 million this year, right? Because I write with it on my notepad every single day, every single hour, okay? So that's why I love it. This pen, I could simply take this pen, buy it from a manufacturer in China or somewhere else in the US or anywhere, really, India, doesn't matter. I can put BJK on it, take the Tiffany thing off of it, and then I can sell it on my website. I'm not involved in anything. A customer or someone, the manufacturer, let's say I will manufacture, I don't know, let's call it 500 of them, right? I will take those and then ship them directly to, in this case, Amazon FBA. Someone said, why not Shopify? Because here's the thing, Shopify, let's say I have a Shopify store, right? If I have 500 of those, and then let's say I sell 500 units of those per month, someone needs to fulfill these 500 orders. Someone needs to store this 500 units of this pen, right? But with Amazon FBA, I simply buy the pen from the manufacturer, ship it directly to Amazon. Amazon stores for me. Amazon will ship for me to the customer. If, let's say, one of the pens got there and it's not working, it's ink, whatever happens, right? They're not going to call me. They're not going to call my employees. They're going to call Amazon's customer service. Amazon is going to handle it, automatically ship a replacement, and then refund the customer, right? That's the beautiful thing with that. Shopify, you can't do that. You need customer service. You need customer support. You need a place to fulfill your orders. You need someone to store your products, right? You need a place to store your products. Another thing is traffic. As a business owner and operator, I understand that literally 90% of the battle of a brand new business especially is traffic. If you have traffic, everything else is solved, right? Because traffic solves all problems, okay? With Amazon, 53% of all online sales happen on Amazon. If I go and open a store that's called BJK Party Supplies or BJK Office Supplies, who the hell knows who BJK Office Supplies is? No one does. I need to learn how to run Facebook ads. I need to learn how to run YouTube ads. I need to know how to run Google ads and start driving traffic to my products. However, with Amazon, you're not doing any of that because Amazon already brings in qualified eyeballs. Amazon's been around for 10, 15, 20 years. People trust it. When there is trust, like right now, if I told you, give me your credit card, you're like, go screw yourself because you don't know me, you don't trust me. But if you go to Amazon, your credit card's already there. You had something in your card, 2 clicks of a button, bam, they charge your credit card because you trust the website. And you trust that if a seller screws you, Amazon is going to have your back. And that's another major reason why I wanted to go to Amazon and not any other platform, okay? Now, once you have Amazon established, and next week I actually have a video dropping. So just some of you that kind of want to figure out exactly what's going on with my content, I'm not going to make any promises, but I try once a week, I'll do a live, and then once a week, I'll drop a video on YouTube, okay? So check out my stuff. So next week, so today I'm doing a live. Next week, I'm dropping a video, which I already recorded yesterday. It's being edited, and then my guys are going to drop it next week. I talk about Amazon and kind of different things and how the fulfillment works. So if you guys want to learn more about that, check that out. But aside from that, really it's just a streamlined process, right, on how this whole thing works, okay? So let's get down to business. By the way, guys, thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate all of you guys being in this webinar, or not, it's not a webinar, this live stream. If you guys have any questions, about me personally, want to know more things about me personally, you want to know things about Amazon, you want to know anything, really doesn't matter. I will answer it to the best of my knowledge. Obviously, I'll be able to answer things about me personally best. The second best about Amazon FBA, if they're outside of the scope of my work, I'll try to answer them to the best of my knowledge, but I'll tell you, hey, maybe ask this person, they might be better fit to answer your questions. So drop them below, okay? Constantine says, how do you get traffic to your product on Amazon? How do you get on the first page when your product category is searched on Amazon? And that's exactly what the stream is about. Any other questions? What is the example of when you know you are growing too fast? Well, with Amazon, when you're running out of inventory, that's one thing. And with Amazon, so look, there is nothing wrong with growth too fast. And David, if you are referring to the point that I said earlier, growing, I don't know if there is growing too fast, but it's trying to do too many things at once. Two different things, right? And that's one thing that I really want to make sure that you guys understand. Growing fast is one thing, and having to do too many things at once is a different thing. Having to do too many things is like launching 5 products all at once on Amazon when you've never sold on Amazon before. That's doing too many things at once, and that's a recipe for disaster. Growing too fast is like you launching a product and then you selling 50 units a day, right? That's growing fast. You know what I mean? Like you anticipated this product's probably going to sell 3, 5, 600, 1,000 units, a month, and now it's selling 50 a day, right? So that's growing fast. Two different things, you deal with them differently, right? With growing fast, you simply need to build systems, you build teams, you need finances to fulfill whatever it is. If it's physical products, it's inventory. If it's other stuff, it's usually talent or whatever, right? So that's the difference. Hope that answers your question. Going back to Constantine's question, I see a couple people asking about how to start and what are the basics. If you guys have never sold on Amazon, and if you guys want to learn about what Amazon FBA is, because what I'm going to be talking about is a little bit more advanced. It's like people who already have sold on Amazon or started selling on Amazon, or they have a product and they want to launch on Amazon, or maybe they've launched and haven't gone too far. This is what I'm going to be talking about for the next 10, 15 minutes. But if you've never sold on Amazon, if this is completely new to you, maybe even Amazon FBA, you don't even know what it is. Maybe this is the first time you even hear about me or see who I am. YouTube, there's a link in the description. Instagram, there's a link in my bio. They all lead to the same place. Facebook, there's also a link in my bio or somewhere on my page. It's a 25 to 30-minute workshop where I break down the basics of selling on Amazon, exactly how the entire concept works, how I got started, how I started teaching a couple of years ago, how my students find success, and how you also can get started. If you like what you see, if you have more questions and you want to get involved with our team where you work with us directly, you can book a call at the end of that workshop where you'll get on a call with one of my advisors. They'll answer your questions and then make sure they explain everything to you, and also make sure that see if like working together is a good fit. And then they'll tell you, hey, this is how much it costs to work together. You want to go for it? Go for it. If not, no worries. Here's some free resources. Go check them out. Go start on your own, right? So if that's what you want, once again, link in the in my bio, link in the description, link somewhere on my page. Cool. Elaine, hello, good to have you. By the way, YouTube, are you still alive? Because I see the least action from YouTube than anywhere else. I understand my YouTube channel is fairly small. If you guys are on Instagram, please go to YouTube, Bashar Katou, same name on Facebook, on Instagram. Give me a subscribe. If you're on Facebook, please go to my YouTube channel, give me a subscribe, drop a comment, like a video, anything. I'd really appreciate it. I want to grow my YouTube channel as well, okay? So anyways, let's get back to business. So as many of you guys know, when you first launch a product on Amazon, Amazon is going to Legend Stash. Oh, I appreciate it. It's not, it's not even fixed, man. You should see it when it's like waxed and all good to go. You know what I mean? Take 2K payment. Give me 1 second, guys. My my enrollment director is messaging me. It's go for it. Okay, cool. So when you Scorpio Fields, appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. I'm assuming you're a guy. If you're not, I do apologize. How much does it cost to get started? So I suggest that you have between $3,000 to $5,000 minimum, and that's USD, to start selling on Amazon. Okay, that's kind of a minimum. I mean, obviously, the more the better, because that means you have more money to invest in products, you have more money to launch it further in the searches, you have more money to do everything, right? So about $3,000 to $5,000, however, is a good amount of money to get started. So when you first launch a product on Amazon, just like any other platform, Amazon throws you all the way in the back of the searches, right? And that's something that it's just kind of a given, right? Now, as you all know, 80% of all purchases on Amazon happen among the top 5 to 10 listings, really among the top 3 to 5 listings, right? I mean, just think about it. When was the last time you ever went to, mentor courses says 3 to 5 sounds about right? Absolutely, man. I mean, I've launched products with 2,000. I've also launched product with 20,000. It just kind of depends on the product, but 3 to 5,000, seems pretty reasonable. What was I saying? Ask yourself, when was the last time you ever went to Amazon, Google, YouTube, anywhere really, searched for something and then went to page 3, 5, 10, 15, whatever, to find a result? Usually you find a result within the top few searches, right? So the same thing with Amazon. 80% of sales happen among the top 3 to 5, maybe even 10 listings, okay? So if you want to be successful on Amazon, you want your product to show up at the top. Now, it's not just at the top of any page. I mean, you don't just go to Amazon and type Amazon.com and you expect your product to be there. That's not how it works. It's by keyword, right? And that's very important. Keywords are important because us human beings, we use keywords to type something, searching for something. Let's say if I were to look for this pen, right? So let's say Tiffany sold on Amazon and I want to find a Tiffany's pen. I would simply go to Amazon and type Amazon, no, not Amazon. I would type maybe Tiffany silver or Tiffany pen with turquoise band, right? Let's just say that, right? Like that, as a consumer, that's kind of how I would be thinking. So then what you want to do is you want to see that keyword, the keyword Tiffany's pen with turquoise band. You want to see if that keyword is actually searched, right? Because all about the keyword. There are tools that we utilize that will tell us how many search volume each keyword has. There's a tool named called Helium 10. If you guys are on YouTube, if you go to my other videos, I have a link where you can get 50% off Helium 10 the first month. Otherwise, there are other tools out there that you could actually utilize for that same reason, right? So you search the keyword and you see how many people are searching for it. Now, what we have realized in our, in my expertise, my years of experience, that a keyword between 5,000 to 20,000 monthly searches is a great keyword. That means it'll get you good sales. Now, you may say, well, Bashar, 5,000 I can understand, because anything less than that means that, it simply like doesn't have enough volume. But why stop at 20,000? If a keyword has 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, doesn't that mean more sales, more revenue? Yes, it does, but it also means more competition. The higher the keyword, it also means it's more competitive. So we want to stay within 5,000 to 10,000 to 20,000. I mean, really 5,000 to 15,000 is good. Sometimes if you find a keyword that has, let's say, I don't know, maybe 3,000 or 4,000, it's also good, because understand, you're going to rank for multiple keywords, not just one keyword, right? So it's all about keywords, okay? So you need to figure out what is your main keyword. And then the way you do that is by figuring out that a keyword has between 5,000 and 20,000, okay, and it's relevant, right? Okay, that's my main keyword. Now, when a product becomes live, it needs to rank at the top of the searches for a specific keyword. So you figure that XYZ is your main keyword because it's got 7,900 monthly searches. Great. So then what you're going to do is you need to make sure that when you search that keyword on Amazon, your product shows up for that keyword. Now, if you're like, well, Bashar, how is it exactly my product going to show up there? Well, the way that the A9 algorithm works is that you need to generate sales. The more sales you generate under a keyword, the higher in the searches you rank, okay? So if you're thinking, okay, but how is it that I'm going to be creating ranking when I can't even show up under these keywords? Well, what we do is a thing called a giveaway, right? Because for you to show up, you need sales. But if you get sales when you show up, right? So it's like they're two tied up together, because Amazon is going to throw you in the back of the searches. But one thing that 99.9% of sellers out there don't know, that the first 2 weeks of your listing, of your product becoming live on Amazon, there's this thing called the honeymoon period. They will rank you higher than they would regularly. Here's what I mean. And if you're getting confused, just stick around with me for a quick second, okay? I will unconfuse you and I'll uncomplex this thing. So when a brand new product launches on Amazon, simply what they do is they will give you the chance to show up in front of the people, because the way Amazon works is that they want more people to buy more products, and they want more people to stay on the platform, and they want people to buy quality products, right? So they want to give you a chance. They want to give you a shot because you're a brand new product. They want to see if you can prove yourself that you're a great product. So what they would do is, let's say if you're ranking on page 5, and then to go from page 5 to page 1 regularly, it would take, let's say, 10 sales a day for a period of 8 days, right? But during the honeymoon period, it literally takes like a third of the amount of the sales, maybe even a quarter, right? So with like 2 sales or 3 sales per day for a 5 to 7 day period, you can jump the same rank. And that's why we get prepared that once our product becomes live, bam. And that's how we're able to scale our products to the top of the pages within a week. Within a week. It's unheard of, right? But like, but Bashar, how do I drive traffic? How do I create that traffic? Now, okay, I got it. That the first couple of weeks, I can rank my product faster. I get it, okay. But how do I create the traffic? Well, there are a couple things that you could do. Number one, PPC, paid advertising. That's paid per click, right? And that's stuff that we break down in, in details inside of our program, okay? We have all 5 different campaign strategies. We have, ways on how to simply, scale and how to simply take things to the next level. So PPC is number one. The second thing is you can create a thing called a hyper launch. That's something that we just started recently working on. And that has been working massively great for us. What a hyper launch is, you simply utilize Facebook ads, tie them up to ManyChat, and it's all automated. So you drive traffic to a Facebook, through a Facebook ad. When people click on it, you just simply say, hey, I have a coupon code for, 99% off. You drive them through to the Facebook ad or to the ManyChat, and then they go through this game kind of like and get a coupon code. They go to Amazon, they apply, and then now they simply, it looks like a sale for you, right? It's all organic. It's all utilizing the keyword that you are trying to rank for, okay? Now, I don't want to get too complicated here because I can see some people are kind of like, eyeballs and kind of, things are, I haven't seen too many people comment for a little bit, so I'm assuming people are kind of getting confused. I don't want to confuse things too much, but all the stuff, if you want to learn more about this stuff, we break everything because look, I could sit here and when I talk about Amazon, I geek out. I mean, I simply like go insane geek, like next level geek when it comes to Amazon. So I could sit here for hours, days, weeks, months and explain to you guys, but then I could only cover so many in a 20, 30-minute live stream. So if you guys want to learn more about this stuff, exactly how we go about locating products, exactly how to, find suppliers, how to rank your products and launch them to the top of the pages. As I mentioned earlier, there is a free workshop that I've put together, and that's actually inside of if you're on Instagram, the link is in the comments in my bio. YouTube, it's in the description. Facebook, it's on my page. What questions do you guys have so far? I really want to answer your questions because once again, I don't want to go too far in. I know that a lot of people we're not confused. We're taking notes. That's great. I appreciate that. And I'm glad that you guys are taking notes and you guys are finding value in this. By the way, if you're finding value in this, drop a yes below. Seriously, I just want to know that you guys are finding value in this because like sometimes I get discouraged to do these live, streams because like I don't see a lot of engagement and I'm like, oh, maybe people are not really finding value in what I'm talking about, so maybe I shouldn't do it. But then when you guys, engage and tell me that you are finding value, I could do a lot more of those and cover different aspects and kind of different things of Amazon. So if you guys have any more questions or if you guys have any questions so far, please drop them in. Let's answer some questions before we go to the next thing. My product have high competition. How to rank? Yes, absolutely have value. Okay, great. So awesome, getting a bunch of yeses from Instagram, getting some yeses from YouTube. Facebook's completely dead. What's going on, Facebook? I thought you got my back, man. What's happening? So the question is, okay, that's a great question. Let me take a sip of my orange juice. Sorry, guys. Let me just answer this message from my guy real quick. So let's see here. Okay, so the question was, how do you rank a product when the competition is high? Okay, so that's a great question. So here's the problem. Almost any product on Amazon you could launch, regardless of what the product is. Like right now, I'm helping one of my friends launch a clothing brand. Now, if you are in my program, you know that we stay away from clothing, fashion stuff, because it's very competitive and it's a whole different ball game, you know what I mean? So, but he's launching, kind of in the fashion, like athletic wear, shirts and shorts and tank tops and stuff like that. So the great thing about Amazon is that sometimes, even if you're not going to launch the product to sell on Amazon, what you're going to do is you're going to use it, or you can use it as a fulfillment center. You can use it as a place to store your products, a place to fulfill your orders, okay? Sometimes Amazon might not work for the launch. You might need to drive traffic from outside of Amazon, and those are all things that we are now talking about inside of our program because I'm getting a lot of people to me, hey man, I've got a product like, it says Spritchen, sorry if I butchered it. says that he has a competitive product. So maybe Amazon for him is not a great thing. Now, if you don't have a product, we teach you how to locate a product and launch it on Amazon. But if you already have a product and maybe it's competitive to sell on Amazon, we're now going into strategies that we teach how to drive traffic from outside of Amazon, but utilize Amazon as the fulfillment center, right? So sometimes, something would be probably running a Facebook ad into Amazon directly, or utilizing a funnel, a 2 or 3 step funnel, right? And that would be a sales page plus a coupon page. So you simply, what you do is you run your ad saying that it's 50% off, and then you run it to your page, but it's really not. It's really a full price, right? But you're just kind of discounted it. So you run it to a sales page where you kind of give the features, give the benefits. And then the next page is going to be the apply the coupon, right? So when they click on there, the reason why you do that is because the people that are going to click on that, that they are committed. So once they click on there, you could do one of two things after the coupon, after applying the coupon, is you either send them directly to your Amazon listing, or you could have them directly buy on Amazon. Now there's a website called, I believe it's called Instacart or Shopcart or something like that, that actually ties up your Amazon inventory with the website. So when someone purchases something on the website, it automatically connects to Amazon, and then Amazon ships directly to the customer. Or you could simply have them go to Amazon. And what I like about that is because when someone buys off of Amazon, it helps your ranking, and they can also come back and leave you a review. If they buy it on the website, it does not help your ranking, and they cannot leave you a review. So you could do it either way. But then you also run the I guess you run the risk of, well, if they go to Amazon, they might see other listings, because there's like the also like related products and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But usually Amazon will creates that trust that people have with Amazon that they don't have with just a random website like your website, maybe. You know what I mean? So that would be one way. Another way would be definitely PPC. We've launched a lot of great products with PPC. We have to be very careful and have to optimize very clearly, and really need to have a strategy, which we have a lot of strategies in our program, where we teach you exactly how to launch it, how to keep your cost low. And you also need to make sure that you are sourcing your product at 25% or less of the selling price. Meaning, if you're going to sell it for $20, you need to make sure that you source it for at least $5, not more. That's landed cost. So that's manufacturing plus shipping to Amazon. Cool? Any other questions? Let's take some questions here. Let's see. Only if the product is rare. We go on other pages, it could be more or less. Okay, how much does it cost? We answered that. Any other questions, guys? What's the best URL to give for tester? So we use Pixelfy. That's the website that we use, because you can embed a keyword inside of it. How long does it take to learn and launch my FBA business? So how long does it take to learn and launch my FBA business? That's a great question. It takes us so our program is a 6-week program, and we help our students launch their first product within 4 to 6 weeks of enrolling. So if you enroll today, 4 to 6 weeks from today, you should have your first product launched. Okay, we answered that question. Facebook, do you have any questions? No. YouTube, any more questions? Do we need to have our own product to do FBA? If not, then how does it work? So you don't need to have your own product. If you enroll in our program, we do teach you how to locate products. If not, you just need to have a strategy on how to find products, and you need to have a criteria on what kind of product is a good product. And all those things, all are things that we teach inside of our program as well. Okay, why FBA, not Shopify? We talked about that. Do we need? Okay, we'll do that. Any other questions, guys? I'm going to take the next couple of minutes, answer any questions, and then we can wrap this up. I do have to get on my next couple of things here. What's good? What? What's good from San Antonio, Texas? Much knowledge. Oh, hey, man. Good to have you from Texas, San Antonio. I was thinking of going to Texas, not San Antonio, though. I was thinking of going to Dallas or Houston. Okay, cool. So, guys, I really appreciate you all being here. Once again, every other week, I will come with a live stream just like this. If you guys found value in this, please drop in the comment sections. Let me know that you guys did find value. If you have any questions, please drop in the comment sections what your questions are. I can always come back around and answer your questions. If you are on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, you want to learn about, how really Amazon FBA works, maybe even work with our team directly. In Instagram, there's a link in the bio, Facebook, YouTube in the description, Facebook somewhere on my page. It's a 25, 30-minute workshop that breaks down the fundamentals of selling on Amazon. And then you can also book a call with one of our advisors where they'll answer your questions and see if working together is a great fit. So be sure to check that out. It looks like we got a couple questions here. Okay, so how do you create a good listing? Man, there's a lot of stuff that I can go into. There is a video on my YouTube channel that says, I think it says a listing that sells. Hang on, I'll get you the link. You can check it out. Give me 1 second. If you just go on my YouTube channel, sorry, it's running very slow right now because we're streaming live. If you just go to my page, I think it's like a video that I posted like a month ago or something like that. It'll say something like, David, take care, Bashar. Have a great day. Love your course. I appreciate you being here, man. Listing that sells. Product listing that sells. There we go. Okay. Here's a link. Bam. Okay. I find one product with low competition. First one, have 50 reviews and make 2K profit per month. Is that a good start? Yeah. Looks good. But you don't only want to look at one competitor. You want to look at always, we analyze top 10, make sure 7 of them match our criteria. What if a customer hurts himself with product? Does Amazon handle it? And does the insurance? Okay, so one of the criterias of our products are actually making sure that the product isn't and won't be potential, what do we say, David? I don't know if you're still here. Potential risk or potential something. So we make sure that it's not going to, like let's say if you're selling a toy, right? You don't want to sell a toy that's got like small particles that a child can swallow and choke on. If you're selling like chemical stuff, you want to make sure it's BPA and it's it's food grade and it's not stuff that people are going to burn their skin with, things like that, right? Liability, right? It's not a liability. That's correct. Okay, how about getting products from Alibaba? How about it? Easiest task. I'm new on Amazon and I sell an average 1 book a day. Need some advice. I don't do books. That's one thing that I don't do. So remember, I told you guys in the beginning, I will answer your questions to the best of my knowledge, but if I don't do something, I'll tell you that I don't do it. I don't do books. I've never done books. I don't know how they work. I'm assuming it's the same algorithm, but I don't know, honestly. Cool. Awesome. Well, guys, thank you very much being here. Once again, Bashar Katou. I appreciate you all being here. Hope to see you guys in the next stream. If you guys have any questions, if you're watching this in replay, please drop it in the comments. I will always go back and answer them in the replay. Hope to see you guys in the next workshop or in the next stream, or on commenting on one of my posts, or maybe inside of my group, inside of our paid program and actually being a member. Until then, have yourself a great day and take care.